Tom. How are you doing?
Howdy, howdy. There was supposed to be more there. I was getting ready to type, but okay.
Oh, man.
I can still type. I can multitask.
Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear on that one. And yeah, so Tom, Charles isn't here tonight. Do we know where he is?
Dangling from a helicopter somewhere.
Oh, man, from a helicopter. Crazy.
But where?
We don't know.
Hopefully they don't do like the one in New York. Don't pull back on the stick too fast or whatever caused that horrible crash.
Yeah. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. And big hello to Judy Vaughn on this one. So Judy, thank you for joining us tonight.
I was gonna say that Cheryl and I rode a helicopter.
You did, really?
It was the first to find prize for a puzzle cache I put out. Fortunately, she found the thing, and I would have been in trouble if somebody else had. But I just had a wild hair and wanted to ride a helicopter, and so it's one of these little ones, and it flies around San Antonio. It was just a little 20-minute thing, but our helicopter has since crashed, so I don't know that I want to get on another one.
Yeah, I don't know if I would. So Judy asks, is Charles here virtually? Charles is not here tonight. He has asked for a full report on here, so I have to give him a full report, including any pizza conversations that come up on here. So he said I have to do that to remain in good standing. So I'm going to do that, Judy.
Man, I'm thinking about pizza would be real good right now.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'll tell you, Tom. And Tom, it's been a strange day for me, right? I haven't even had pizza once today, to be honest.
Well, that makes two of us, but
Yeah.
I mowed the grass, so I need a pizza.
Yeah, I think you earned it, man. I think you earned it on that one. Yeah. Oh, man, we got Nicole B Genius joining us tonight. So hello, Nicole. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And Tom, do you think we should get on with the news?
We got a lot of news, so yeah, we better.
Okay, let's do it. Oh man. Now Tom, did you know for Cache Odyssey, it was funny on Sunday's show we were saying how we were actually just under 2,000 favorite points.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to the leaderboard, we're actually over 2,000 leader points on the, or 2,000 favorite points on the leaderboard.
I have yet to get to find one.
Really?
Work is just kicking my butt. But 9 months from now, that won't be an excuse. So.
Oh man, good for you.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll find something when I go to Woodstock or when I go to Cache Fest. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think Tim's organizing an excursion for Cache Fest to get Cache Odyssey. And I think if you're going to Geo Woodstock's Cache Odyssey is actually really close to Morgantown.
Well, we're flying into Philadelphia, and so we're gonna fly into Philadelphia, drive down into Delaware, finish the county challenge there. I probably have the record for how long it took from start to finish when I get it done. And then over to Virginia, and then up to West Virginia, and then out through Pittsburgh when we fly out.
That's cool.
Be a short trip. Usually, we used to do a 2-week trip for this, and we would drive the whole thing. And I really kind of miss that, but with doing Cache Fest and this, it's kind of hard because Cheryl gets the wife. She gets 5 weeks of vacation, but 3 of them were chosen for her, so she really only gets 2 to play with. And Woodstock's fun, but how many times are you going to go to Hawaii?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And we got a few more people joining us too. Amateur Gadget Caches. Thank you for joining us tonight. Eyes on VR Caches and B&J Bish, Brad. He said he finally made it in. Good evening from the left side of the Orlando couch. Thank you for joining us, Brad. We got Buzz82, so thank you, Buzz, for joining us as well. So Tom, you were talking about Cache Fest Hawaii. Let's talk about that for a little bit here, news-wise, because on here, Cache Fest Hawaii is, what is it? It's July 9th through the 13th, right?
Yep.
And I'm going to put in here too the GC code. So for anybody who wants to join, they can actually join or log their will attend on there to get the latest news. But the biggest thing coming up, right, is that events and packages and the Friends of Packages, it closes on May 9th for people to buy those, right?
Yeah, because we got to get all that stuff ordered. We don't want to get bit by things being late. So, and we're not going to order a whole lot of extra stuff. In fact, probably not much at all extra because we don't want to get stuck with it. But we're going to have a lot of fun. One of the events is a community event that's under my name, and it's going to be the live action Adventure Lab stuff. And
oh, very cool.
I know a bunch of us are going to do a thing on e-bikes and go caching that way. There's just a bunch of events going on. And then the main event, it's all at the hotel that we're staying at. You know, it'll kind of be a shorter version because, you know, we understand people are there to see Hawaii, not us. So, I mean, yeah, they want to see us a little bit and do the stuff, but hey, you're in Hawaii. You're not going to hurt my feelings if you want to go see Hawaii and not me. So I get it.
A volcano, Tom? Yeah, I don't know.
Volcano or Tom? Just don't push Tom in the volcano, okay?
Oh, man.
Do not recreate Tom versus the volcano. That is not an option.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, I think we can all agree. And I'm just going to pop up on the screen here, cachefest.com. So that's the website to go to on here. So you know, you can purchase all your event packages there and your friends of as well too. And thank you to Lost Ken for joining us as well too tonight.
And I will tell you, we're already working on where it's going to be next year.
Ooh.
Don't we haven't made a decision yet, but we've got a couple of good ideas. So the top two are both right now are both really good. So
oh man. I can't wait on that one, Tom. Can't wait on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Tom spilled the milk. Don't cry over it, buddy. It's okay.
Tom ain't spilling no milk. I'd drink every bit of it.
Okay. I was just putting it out there, Tom. Just putting it out there. On that side, but
when you redo that, could you make it chocolate milk?
Ooh, yeah, that could be good. That could be good for sure.
Yeah. I'll drink either one, but if I'm going to spill beans or something with it, let's have chocolate milk.
Okay, yeah,
really good stuff.
Makes sense to me. Makes total sense. Yeah. And Tom, I think I'm going to see you in like, what is it, 2 weeks at Geo Woodstock? You were saying on this one too, right?
No, Geo Woodstock's coming up quick. So I'll be there. You'll be there. Tim's going to be there. Tim and I are putting on challenge chat. Don't think Emily's going to be able to make it, so I'm subbing for Emily. Sorry. But Tim said, I know you can talk, and so I'm dragging you into it. It's like, yep. Oh, that is one thing I can do. I was vaccinated with the phonograph needle, so talking is not a problem.
Well, you know, and Tom, I appreciate you guys because you're going to be warming up the crowd for Gary and I for the Cache Odyssey talk at 4 p.m. So
it might be a hard act to follow.
It may be. You know, I think Gary and I are going to have to, you know, up our game from everything you and Tim are doing. You know, so
maybe Tim and I stick around and just kind of photobomb you or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
I welcome that. And Brad's going to be there. Amateur Gadget Cache is going to be there. So that's pretty cool on that one. And I can't remember, Tom. Have you downloaded the LilyPad chat app yet?
Yes. Yes. And that I'm just going to say that would be very wise of you to download that app.
Absolutely. And
And
just to
maybe have the Woodstock chat. There might be a Cache Fest Hawaii chat. Maybe there's some other chats. I don't know.
yeah,
Is there a Cache Odyssey chat?
Not yet. I think we're going to do one. I just popped up the QR code. So for anybody who hasn't joined the LilyPad chat, this is our Geocache Talk public group. You can use this to join that group. And but yeah, there's a lot more chats that are going to pop up for sure. And I know it's cool. More and more people keep on joining it. And I can't wait for Woodstock because I know Gary and I are going to use it for some very creative giveaways. I'll tell you that.
Oh man, I'm just gonna follow you everywhere you go then.
You should. You should.
Oh man.
You should. And if people provide pizza following us places, it may work out okay. Just saying.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. There's the special event, the Geocache Talk event, the patron event. I couldn't think of the word.
Yep.
I gotta make sure I'm at that.
You need to. And the good thing about that, Tom, at the pizza party, they have a pickle pizza.
And I've never had one, and I want to try one. Can you get by the slice or?
If I'm there, I'm probably going to buy one. So if people want to like get a slice, who knows? Maybe I'll get a pizza or two.
And you've had a few of them, haven't you?
Oh, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
you can tell us how this ranks.
Yeah, definitely. I had one at their original location, Pies and Pines, and it was amazing. So I'm looking forward to going back to Pies and Pines and having another one.
Is it just like one of the weird things that turns out to not be as weird once you have it?
Absolutely. I think that is a great description. I think people should put that on the menu when they have pickle pizza. It's not as weird as you think it would be.
I've had pickle beer. I've had two of them.
Yeah.
And the first one I totally hated, but the second one, it was like, I don't like this stuff. No, I don't like it. I kept drinking it. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't my favorite, but if you handed me one, I'd drink it. The first one, if you hand me one, I'd probably hand it right back to you. But
yeah, well,
that it would be a choice: that pickle beer or Bud Light. This is one time I would pick Bud Light.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, Brad says it sounds great, and K Blast says he'll eat some. So, yeah, I mean, everybody should at least give it a shot for sure.
I'd give it a shot. I've learned to try stuff. It was funny as a kid. I wouldn't try anything, and now I'm making up for it. If it is normal stuff that people eat, I can't think of anything really weird right now. But all right, like your part of the world, they probably don't have boudin up there.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is, Tom. No clue.
Well, that's okay. The people that are eating it down here don't want to know what it is, and they're eating it anyway. It's good stuff, but don't ask what's in it.
Okay. That's a good tip for sure.
But I like it.
Yeah.
Same with so there's a lot of Mexican influence where I'm at. Menudo. Don't ask what's in it, just eat it. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Oh man, Nicole says she's down. Our state fair had Mexican street corn pizza. That was great. And interesting comment from Brad on here.
Street corn stuff is awesome.
Yeah, Brad said somehow he got pickle pizza seasoning in an ammo can today. Wow.
Man, I'm trying to think what that would smell like. That's got to be some interesting stuff.
Yeah, I mean that sounds amazing, Brad. Isn't everything better in an ammo can? Just saying.
I will tell you the craziest thing I've tried that I can think of right off the top of my head now. You've seen it in stores and you go yuck and walk right by it. Gefilte fish from a jar that's been probably sitting on that shelf for 5 years. At least in my area, it's like it doesn't seem to move. But I tried it and I liked it.
Good to know.
So
Well, speaking of things you like, Tom, I heard there's new treasures out there too.
New treasures. And that's funny because the first batch that came out, I was like, yeah, I'll get to them when I get to them, whatever. And I had to help a friend haul a trailer from probably about 45 minutes north of me to about 2.5 hours south of me. And she got me started on that stuff. And that was on a Saturday. And by the following weekend, Sunday, I was done with everything for the month.
Whoa.
It's like, yeah, this is fun. I like this. So 2 new ones came out today. And I'm already thinking, how am I going to get this stuff? I'm going to get started. I bet I get them done in, well, I got so much stuff coming up. I'll probably get them done in next 3 weeks for sure.
Nice.
If I don't have them done by Woodstock, I will, or before Woodstock, or Woodstock trip, I will get them done on the Woodstock trip. I would be totally shocked if I don't have them all done by the time I get to Woodstock.
Nice. Yeah. I'll tell you, that's probably when I'm going to get some of them too, to be honest,
It's kind of fun. So like, it's like a mini challenge thing. It gives you a goal to go knock something out. You get a little icon for it. So, here's your candy. If you come get the candy,
Whoa.
it works. It's not like, hey, go do the Texas County Challenge, that's going to take you years and years and years. This is something you could get done in a day if you wanted, or one set of them. You can get done in a day for sure, in a week, I guess, depending on where you live. Results may vary, but
True.
my area, I can.
Yeah. Oh man. And Lori's saying she only has the Earth cache on the last set. So wow. Okay.
See, she's already after it. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, very cool, Tom. And Tom, did you see with the GIF announcement today too?
I did not, and so that is cool because I have ideas for GIF.
Well, I'll tell you what, they announced a theme for this year, and the theme is TFTC, but TFTC as in thanks for the community on that.
Oh man, that just totally changed what's in my head, and I still have something.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yes. Well, think about what we were talking about before the show.
Yes.
That I mean, they just threw me an easy ball.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm excited, and I threw up the website geocachingfilmfestival.com. It's got more information on that. But really you just got to submit it by August 1st, 2025 on that one. So
all right, my eyes are sweating. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm just thinking of what I would want to do that about, and yeah.
I mean, and I'll tell you my idea on here is, people should eat pickle pizza around the world and film it and find a cache. I think that would be really cool. And Jen, did they post how to host a GIF watch event? I don't know yet. I didn't see those details. It may be on the website, but I got to check it out more. I actually just saw it like right before the show on here.
And I don't mind sharing this. I mean, so if you follow me on Facebook, you know where I was at this weekend, and I set up the Brotherman Suite version 2.0 and 2.1. The only difference was 2.1 was an upgrade because I got the bed put together. I've known Dee and David Vickery, Team D&D. You've seen them at Cache Fest and other events since like I met them. I think I might have met them or seen them at the first Texas Challenge I went to.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say at the next one is when we rebooted TXGA and we were all on the board. And, we worked through TXGA, and then the big deal was putting on Geo Woodstock when it was in Fort Worth, and I had a room in their house. We called it the Brotherman Suite then, and then Woodstock during in Flagstaff while we were watching the movie that oh gosh, now that I want to say his name, I hate that names just vaporize in my head right when I want to say him, but it'll come back to me. We're watching the movie, and Dee runs off, and then later David runs off. It's because their house was getting taken out by a tornado, and their grandson was in the house.
Crazy.
And the first picture that I saw of their house afterwards was the Brotherman Suite, and I couldn't even recognize it.
Wow.
Well, they've since just got a new house, rebuilt on where they were at, and we went up there this weekend because they're in the process of moving in. Their kids are moving in with them. The adopted kids, that's a whole nother story, moving in.
Mhm.
We went up, set our room up. I mean, it sounds kind of weird having a room in somebody else's house, but it's kind of like a guest room. But we put our name on it. And none of this would have happened without geocaching. None of it. Well, the tornado would have happened, but I mean, we wouldn't know D and David. None of this stuff without geocaching.
Yeah. I
So
think
that is such an easy. Let's make a gift thing. The hard
absolutely.
part's going to be filming it without just crying the whole time.
Yeah, I bet, man. Was a tough experience for them. Sure, I can't even imagine.
All right, move on before I start bawling my head off.
Okay.
Next thing.
You know what, Tom? We're going to dive into how create a VR geocache on here. So on this one, it was one of those things. This originated that Gary, Jesse, and I were doing the show, The Future of Geocaching, and we thought, one of the things is virtual reality geocaches, and it's funny we talked about it. And with the way that geocaching permits stuff, we actually found a way to do it, believe it or not. So it's quite possible, I'm not going to claim, but it's quite possible that Jesse and I had the first 2 virtual reality geocaches. But we want to walk people through it. So how to actually do it, because it's one of those things. I mean, with geocaching, it's just better as a community and people working together. So when Tom and I were kind of talking, saying, what do we do, without Charles here, we were thinking, let's talk about virtual reality geocaches and how to build them. Because for quite a few people, they may think like, this is incredibly hard. This is difficult. You can't do it. I'm here to tell you, you can do it. And it's not that hard. It's not that difficult whatsoever.
Yeah, you already did a patron show on this.
Absolutely.
I couldn't attend when you actually had it, but I watched the rerun Sunday, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is cool.
Absolutely. And it's free. Anybody can build this for free on that one.
It's got, I mean, so many ideas were popping in my head. So yes, dive in.
Let's do it.
In fact, I'm just thinking the one you built. Dive in, or not the one you built, the one you showed in the patron thing. Dive in.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we're going to do is we're going to show people how to do it. We're going to put directions as well too. So we're going to share that link, and we're going to share those online for everybody on here. And Lost Ken is actually asking too, what is the GC on yours? So the one thing I'm going to do on here, Ken, is we actually got a bookmark list of all the virtual reality geocaches out there. So when we started to talk to people, they started to create theirs. We're adding them to this list. So we ask that people, as you create it, let us know that GC number. We want to add it to that list, and we want to put it out there for folks. So yeah, check it out. But the way I did it, just an example, people can do it in so many different ways on this front. So it's whatever makes sense to you. On here, just to go through, and let me see if I can get rid of that
While
logo.
you're looking, I'm going to tell you, you gotta create an account, and just ask your name and some, all the usual stuff. Create the password, all that good stuff. You create an avatar. It took me 5-10 minutes to do it all, because I did it right before the show because I didn't have time to do it, the other day, and that was easy.
Yeah, I think the longest thing it took you, Tom, was to get the right shoes, right?
Yeah. Well, you want to look good doing this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You got to feel right about it. So so on this one, yeah, Tom's right. You create that account and you can actually create it with your Gmail too, and absolutely free. And what Viverse is Viverse is aiming to be the YouTube of VR. So they want people to create like virtual reality experiences, put them on here for people to use. And as we do this and as we build it, you can access it from your phone to do the VR experience. You can do it from a computer. You can do it from a VR headset too. So from that VR headset, you don't have to do it in that VR headset, but you can do it from a wide variety of devices. So we'll walk you through it on this one, and you can see on here for people, this is the Viverse on this one. So the directions are on how to get here. That link is actually in the document that we shared, and I'll copy it into the chat too for people. So it's just going to basically create.viverse.com. But on here as we're going through, so on here we just create our account, our free account, and we're going to click create free on here. So you can see on here we got a few different options. We got web builder and we got play canvas. What we're going to do is we're going to do web builder. So on here we can build off of a template. Has a lot of free assets on here that people can use. So we're going to click on that, and you can see as we do that, it actually presents us with a few different default templates that people can use on here. The one that we used on the patron show was the rooftop pool. The one that I used for mine was the Alcove Studio. The one Jesse used on his, and it's in the bookmark list, is the Japanese anime style. So you can do a few different ones on here. I'm going to pick the duplex gallery on here. So as I click through, I can kind of see what it looks like on here. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to click confirm. And then when I do that, right, I get a few different options. So you can name it whatever you want on here. So I'm going to name it the Pizza Ninjas Duplex. And on here, you can choose genres on here, which a couple that we encourage people to do, it's probably like on here, like puzzle would be a good one. And you can choose some other ones on here too. They don't have geocaching yet, but we think down the road, hopefully they would have geocaching. And for access on here, what we want people to choose, what I would recommend is unlisted. So an unlisted, it means it's not public. People can't find it in the directory. You can include the unlisted link in your cache page. And when you do that, then people can enter. You could do a passcode if you really wanted to, but I don't believe that's necessary. And then in here, you can do number of concurrent users. So how many people can be in your virtual reality environment at one time. The maximum is 40. I would say, you can leave it at 40 on that one. And for device on here, select the compatibility by device of your world, by device type, and really it can be all of these, so we're going to leave all of these checks so that you can use Android phone, pad, PC, VR, iPad on here too, iPhone. And then a description. So I would recommend something like this is a geocaching puzzle, or whatever you wanted to do. So if there was kind of like some gameplay or some sort of expectation, I mean, you could put that in your cache description, but you probably want to put that in the description as well too. So
I would think they've probably got AI looking at this stuff, so when they see geocaching a bunch of stuff, that might click on them to make them think, hey, maybe you should add geocache as a thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think on here, we're just going to click create world. And you can see when I do that and scroll down, you can see all of the ones I created. So this happy joy is the one that is my puzzle cache, and that's out there. I'm going to click on this one, the Pizza Ninjas Duplex on here. And you can see, as this is launching, it shows me the keyboard controls. So this is one I recommend people take notes if you haven't done this before, because the keyboard, I don't know, Tom. I think for most people, they get it pretty quick. It's not that
Yeah.
hard.
I didn't pay attention to this, and I did yours. So
Yeah.
switch
So, you can
perspective.
get it.
Switch perspective. That would have been maybe nice.
Yeah.
But the rest of it looks pretty. Okay? And I didn't know the mute unmute, but then nobody was in there with me. But we'll get to that later.
Yep. Yeah.
I am curious, and you probably don't know the answer to this yet. If you had limited this to say 3,
Mhm.
there's 3 people in there, and there's a 4th wanting to get in. What does it do to that 4th person?
I assume they'd probably be put in a waiting room or would have to check back in. I don't know if you really need to limit it, to tell you the truth on that one. I mean, you could if it makes sense to you.
Yeah, I mean, how many people can your duplex hold? So 40 people might be a lot in it. So you may want to limit it. But
Yeah.
if you had to say at a mega event or even just a really large event anyway, you may want to keep it at 40 just because there's a lot of people doing it. But I don't know, 40 may be too much sometimes. It just depends. Depends on how you do the puzzle in it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
40 people might actually hide your puzzle where nobody can see it.
true. Everybody's standing in front of the hint so nobody else can see. That's
Yeah.
a good point, Tom. Yeah. That could certainly be it. So we're going to click got it on here. And we can see on this space. So I'm here in this big empty duplex, right? And I'm just going to walk around to give people a sense of the space on here.
But dude, first off, your duplex is not child safe.
Oh man. Hey Tom, there's no code in the Viverse on here. Just saying. Just saying. But yeah, people can kind of see, the room on here. And again, you can do this from a phone. You can do it, from a computer.
Walk to one of your windows and see what do you see out your window?
Yeah, let's check.
Okay, your windows are too high.
Yeah.
And is that a gap in between? Is that I don't know. You may not want to walk up to the window. You may fall down to the first floor.
Yeah, the one Jesse did, I tried to jump out his window and I couldn't, but I did try. But, on here, we can go down. So then the question is, what can we add to this, right? How do we customize this environment? So if we click up here, we can see a few different things on here.
I think you need a couch for one thing.
Okay. Let's go in. So we're going to go into edit mode on here. And I'm going to click got it. And on here, you can see, there's a performance requirement. So it tells you like how much memory you need to use or people need to use to access it on here. So, which is good because if you're creating one that's very like mobile friendly, you don't want to make it too resource intensive on that one. But
we'll pretend this is the art gallery part of your duplex.
Yeah. But you said, Tom, I need a couch, right?
Yeah, or at least a bench, something to sit on.
Okay.
Oh, there's couches. Cool.
Yeah. So when I go through and I just click on that. So again, I just went to edit mode, clicked on here, and searched. I can go through and I can see all different kinds of couches on here that people have already, added as assets. So if I want to, I'll just like click on that one, right? And then that couch is just there, right? Which if I walk around, it kind of seems like the couch maybe doesn't really make sense there. It seems to be like kind of like floating upwards.
Yeah, it needs to be in the middle of the room or something.
Yeah. So you can see if I click on that, I got some options on here. So if I click, I have scale on here, which you can see I can make the couch really big if I want or really small. You can see I have a rotation on here as well too. So, you can rotate the couch around, with different objects. You have on here too a positioning. So you can change the positioning of the couch in different areas. So you can really kind of move stuff as much as you want. And the one thing on here too for people creating a puzzle on here is you can make object details visible. So if you want to, you could say the magic word is pizza couch, right? So just think about this. Like if you had a lot of objects on here and you had like a certitude where people had to find something, you could have them where they would need to, do that, go around, check different objects, check out the details onto that. So that gives you just kind of like one idea. And you can see the magic word is pizza couch. Let's suppose I'm done with that, Tom. If I feel like that's a good spot, what I could do is I could click close edit mode. And, it tells me like how much RAM is required, from a resource perspective. I can click on it. I can walk away. And you can see the couch, it's actually like midair. So I didn't really put it like on the ground right there. It's kind of like floating. But, if I click on it, double click on the details, I can do that and I can see what that magic word is on that one. So Dave says no pizza couches, but Dave, we want pizza couches, man, but hide a pizza slice, right? So, if I wanted to add another item on here, going back to the add 3D models, let's suppose I do want to add a pizza, right? I can see, there's a lot of different like pizza options in here too. So certainly I could add a pizza if I wanted to as well. And the same thing, I can go through, I can, do the scale, do different slices. I mean, look how massive that is.
That wouldn't fit through the door.
Well, I could put it on the floor, but it's one of those things too, like as you do stuff, the 3D editor is not bad, but you have to, sometimes like walk away and kind of see, where do you want it? So, right there, it kind of looks like it's on the floor, putting stuff on. So almost looks like a pizza rug.
That's what I was thinking. It's a pizza rug.
Yeah. But, on here too, I mean, for people, I mean, they could, think about, do you want to create a puzzle based upon certain objects as well too? So onto here, we have pizza, we have like couch, would you want to do like some sort of like substitution cipher based upon those objects?
I was thinking what 3 words with objects, but I was also thinking, so if I wanted to put a picture on the wall,
yep,
could I spray paint something on the wall, or do I make a picture and save it in this thing and stick the picture on the wall? I'm thinking whole bunch of different options with that.
Yeah. So let's walk in and let's show some different ones in edit mode. So on here in edit mode, you got a few other options too. If you click on my assets, so if you actually either buy or build your own assets, 3D assets, you can do that too. You got a few different ones. So you have like an upload object, on here. So let me do this. I will, take a picture that I took, and I'm going to upload it. So if I go to here, I click there, I click add, it's this picture of pickle pizza that I made, which was good. I can then go on and then, adjust that as well too. So yeah, if you wanted to, put that up on the wall, you certainly, could. So you can see like right there, it's just kind of like out and floating.
Okay, so like I could go on Google, find a picture that's got a nice frame or something, save that, upload it, and open it up with Paint because everybody should have Microsoft Paint. Go in there and paint the picture white in there and start over and put whatever picture I want on that, or open a text box and write code or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. You could put a QR code, on there. You could do a lot of different options, for sure on that one. You can make it as big as what you want on there. Um,
I mean, just starting. If somebody wanted to get one of these just done to say they've done one,
yeah,
probably either what 3 words or a side wall or on the floor or something. That's probably the easiest thing you could do to say I got one of these done.
yeah, absolutely. And I'll just be honest, like my one that I did is what 3 words. That was the first puzzle I did. So spoiler to people, you look through and if you want to hide those, I mean, you could hide these like on the ceiling. You could hide them behind objects on that one.
And I will tell you, I had no clue what I was doing when I went in on yours. You sent me the link and you said, "Here, test this out." And so I walked in and I'm walking around up through the thing looking, and I'm seeing stuff, and then I finally realized, oh, the gear started turning and clicking. It's like, okay, go here, go here, go here, and I was done. But it probably took me, I don't know, 25, 30 minutes just because it was new.
Yeah.
And it was cool. I was like, wow, what all can I'm playing around. Can I jump through this? How do I do this? And how do I do that? And so it was cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, you bring up a good point, Tom, because it takes a while to get kind of acclimated. But because I've had a few people that like emailed me and they're like, all I can find in yours is 3 words. And I go, uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And they go, oh, um,
And you got interested where you hid one of them.
yes. Yeah, absolutely. But used to text Dave, first person pizza shooter. I don't know about that, Dave. I don't know about that, man. But you could. But yeah, you can see on here. I close it again. I place the pizza on the wall. So that's there. And again, just walk around because some of these you can see like looking around, like again, that pizza, right there. It needs to be like closer to the floor so you can kind of see like if you go too far it goes underneath the floor, and then you got to kind of find like what that right spot is. Same thing with the couch, on there. But yeah,
ideas are just going through my head. I mean, like on the first floor here you could write clues, and you had that window on the second floor, and maybe on one of those windows, instead of having coordinates or anything, it's somewhere local where you would, because you're going to put coordinates on the cache page.
yeah,
You could put a picture in one of those windows as this is actually at, and you got to find that spot.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could do point of view on these, as well, Tom. You're right. Just put like pictures and sequence where people need to go. On here too. So I mean, just to show another one in edit mode. So on here we went through, at the bottom how to add 3D models like the couch and that pizza rug that we're calling it. We went through on here, how you can add your custom assets on here. I showed you how to, upload an asset as well too. You also have on here too our URL on here. So there's a few different options onto this one, which is kind of cool. But if you go and you can explore other Viverse worlds and other Viverse worlds on here, some of them actually have links to actually another world or another room. So, think about that. You could kind of have like a layer type of approach, if you wanted
I'm going
to.
to tell you, no sooner put that up there, and I mean, it just clicked in my head, so that the first one you're on the Enterprise, and then that link would be in the transporter room, and you just click and boom, you're down on the surface of the planet or wherever now.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That would be freaking cool. I mean, realize people, this hadn't been out that long. I've seen this. I've got maybe an hour and a half of this under my belt because I watched the patron show and then I played with yours, and I'm just gears are clanging in my head of what you could do with this.
Yeah.
And I know you've obviously got a little more time in it, but I bet even you haven't even scratched the surface of what you could do with this.
Yeah, there's so much more that can be done because even for people on here, like if you go through some of the custom Viverse worlds that people have created, you can create like so rich experience. Some people did like spaceships that they built, different kind of like crazy worlds. I mean, you could put in a lot of time on this one. And the cool thing about this one too is like when I did mine, when I submitted my first one, I was like, okay, I'm going to spend some time on it, right? But since this is the first one that we know is going out there, I don't want to spend a ton of time and find out if HQ rejects it. But at this point, I mean, we know we already have, I think, like 5 or 6 of these that are already published. So it's okay with HQ. So if you want to dedicate to the time to actually like spending a lot to create this custom environment, you can, and you can go far above and beyond what anybody's done so far, so in many ways I consider mine just a proof of concept, but at the same point, I mean, people can use one of these templates, and you can see from here, I mean, the stuff that I added is not that hard to add whatsoever,
Oh.
not at all. And even in here too, right? Like if we go to URL below, I am going to put like, you can put like GIFs if you want in here. You can actually put like YouTube videos. You can do a lot of different ones on here.
Yeah, because you had a YouTube video in yours, if I remember right.
Yeah, correct. So on here, right? I'm just going in, I'm copying a YouTube link on here, and I'm going to go in, I'm going to click add.
Cheesy goodness, it's time for Pizza Talk. Whether you're at your local
And you can see
pizza
our
parlor,
Pizza Talk show Tom is right there, and we can add different frames if we want to it as well too. We can go around, and again, sometimes you got to walk around to kind of figure out, where do you want to go, but on that positioning tool, you can just slide it over, on there as well too. Again, how big of a scale do we want for this? Do we want to make it massive? Do we want to put it there? So many different options that people can do. Let me close that.
And right now, we're just using templates. I mean, if you really wanted to get into this, you could probably build your own thing. And then I kind of saw when I was logging on, it looks like people or they give the idea that you can make movies and stuff with this.
Yeah, you can do a ton of different things.
So you may make something that people don't actually interact with this, but it walks you through something that maybe you have to pay attention with what's going on in the movie,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could do a movie clue, you could do like an audio clue. You can do a lot. You can throw in, because even on the patron show, somebody was like, well, what if you want to do like red herrings or something like that? but there's so many different cool things that people have put in here. Yeah, Rickroll Ink Buzz.
Oh,
I may have done that in mine, just saying.
walk over to the wall over there, and there's that open spot above your head. And I wonder, can you jump up high enough to see into that?
Oh, like right up there, Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you jump? I mean, how high can you jump?
I don't think I can
Not
jump that
very
high.
high. Okay.
But I mean,
But still, you could hide something right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You could hide something up there. You know, and just looking again, and you can see, I mean, that I really demonstrated the 4 ways that you can add stuff. But, you know, check out the 3D models, because like on here, you know, like ammo can, right? Look how many ammo cans they actually have on here. You know, so if we want to add an ammo can, you know, oh, gotta see, it's floating in space. But yeah, you know, they had an ammo can right there. So I mean, how cool is that? Let's go up to the top floor and we can add some other stuff. But I mean, there's a lot of different cool assets in here. So a lot of different things you can do.
I don't have this figured out, but the idea is in my head. How could you do a virtual gadget cache?
Ooh. You know, that's a great question on there. You know, you probably have to create some level of interactivity for that one. But I mean, like, let's suppose you know, we want to get like a birdhouse or something. You know, we have a birdhouse there, but we'd probably have to, that may be like an advanced function, Tom, to create more of an interactive on there.
Oh yeah. No, that's not nothing we're gonna figure out tonight, but just
But
those gears are clanging in my head.
yeah, but let's suppose even on this one, right? Like we want to hide like a travel bug code or something like that, where they'd have to go to this object, you know, find a travel bug code, and then maybe on that travel bug code, maybe on that page, you know, there's further instructions where to go, or, you know, even a link to another Viveverse room on there.
I wonder, will it let you look inside that birdhouse?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Let me walk through it. Yeah, because I think you just walk through it on that one.
That would
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah. And Jen, I see your question. Does Viveverse offer things players can manipulate? I got to look more at that one, to tell you the truth. And maybe
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing earlier. If something like you could put the clue under the couch and you have to push the couch away to find it.
yeah. And Cape Blast does say, I know there are seats you can sit in. He said he's seen them as well.
Yeah, realize people, we're just scratching the surface here.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, once people do this, Tom, they're going to do some really incredible, awesome stuff, knowing, you know, again, this is free. Anybody can log in. People can do this. You know, we have a few minutes left. So what I'm going to do, right, because people are probably like now, like, you know, how do we share this with others, right? How do other people get in? So, okay, guys, let's be safe. Let's have some fun. But all I need to do is copy this. And then I'm going to actually post this in the chat. So if other people want to join this Viveverse world, you can log in, you can do it. And then for anybody who has their phone on here, I'm going to create a QR code right here. Or actually, okay, I got to download that. And I'm going to upload it. But this will give people a chance to actually go in and interact with this world right now. So let me just upload this QR code.
Oh, there's a bunch of us in there now.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm putting on here the QR code on here if anybody wants to use it on their phone. But yeah, I just see somebody just ringing past me. Yeah. So I'm putting on here the QR code on here if anybody wants to use it on their phone. But yeah, I just see somebody just ringing past me. Yeah, you can see a little bit of an echo, Tom. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where to kill it.
Okay. I'm gonna stop
I'm
sharing.
just gonna bail
On here on the
bail.
screen, so we don't get in the feedback. But yeah, it's like for anybody who's in it right now, yeah, we can see like there's a
It's
bunch
coming
of
from
different
there. It wasn't
folks
me.
in
Okay,
here.
I thought it was me. Okay, I'm going back in then.
Yeah. Yeah, but how wild is that? So, oh man, I see Buzz 82 as a ghost, so that's kind of cool. Yeah. And I'm gonna jump out of that world right now. But I mean, this gives people a really good sense as to how easy it is to create one of these, and then also how easy it is to share that link. So on that one, hopefully then this kind of really provides a good demonstration because I mean, in less than like an hour, I could have created like several different puzzles onto that people could have used and accessed. Yeah, but what do you think, Tom?
I'm gonna have fun playing with this. Uh-oh, did I freeze up? No.
Oh, no,
just me
you're good.
staring up.
You're good.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at. I've got the 15-second delay thing going, so I'm looking at me staring at the thing, and yeah, I look like I'm stoned, but I just be staring at the game.
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, the big thing is we want people to create these. We want people to be creative, come up with some big ideas, some really cool ideas out there, you know, and share those with us. Because again, I'll put that link, you know, in the chat for the bookmark list. But what we want to do is we want people to create some really cool ones and then reach out to us, and you know, just
It's
send
going to be just like caching was. I mean, think about it. First cache was a 5-gallon bucket, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd all like to see more 5-gallon buckets now. But it started off simple, and then people started hiding stuff. And what could they do? And look at where we're at today. So this VR stuff, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to start off real simple. It's going to be real simple stuff. But as some of us learn this stuff more and what you can do with it, it's going to get pretty involved and fun, I think.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's going to be really cool. You know, for sure. But to me, it's like when I did this, I was like, that's crazy. Like how simple that was, just like kind of figuring it out. But once you figured out how to do it, and again, we got instructions. So, you know, follow those instructions that we shared with you, and we'll share those online too. And, you know, feel free to use the templates that, you know, Jesse and I created, you know, so if you're putting together a cache, you know, don't reinvent the wheel. Look at that description, you know, that we put in place.
I'm thinking this too. When I first started, I knew nothing about building a cache page. I did not know diddly squat about HTML code. I learned it, or at least some of it. So I could build a cache page from scratch myself. I am teachable. And now look, I mean, geocaching.com's got the thing where you don't really have to know a whole lot. If you know how to use Word or something like that, the cache page builder's very simple. Anybody can make a cache page now without having to know any kind of coding. And this VR thing, if you had to start from very scratch and make the VR stuff, Yeah, we'll come back in 5 years, and I might have a guy that could walk down the street, maybe. But this is already starting, like with the cache builder thing. You
Yep.
don't have to know how to code or anything. This is just drag and drop and put stuff in there.
Absolutely.
I mean, you might want to know a little stuff. Oh, okay, so like I threw out the thing, grab a picture off of Google and put it in Paint and start over. There's some little things you might want to know, but there's plenty of people to help you with that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I mean, and if anybody has questions, just reach out, geocachetalk@gmail.com. Let us know. Let us know the cool things that you're doing. Let us know the GC codes after you publish a cache on that one too.
And hey, if you put one out this month, you get a souvenir.
That is true.
I
That
forgot
is very
about that.
true.
There's the blue switch hider thing, and so I need to put out a cache. So
Yeah.
I just might have to do this because this is I've got ideas in my head. So
Yeah. And I think it's just an incredibly new, unique, very cool puzzle. And in that bookmark list, you can check out and see examples of what other people have done, on that one. But I don't know. Any other final thoughts, Tom, that you want to share?
yeah, go check out that bookmark list. Solve puzzles, even if they're a billion miles from your house and you'll never go find them. Go solve them anyway. I mean, if you look at my list of solved puzzles from around the world, yeah, there's plenty of them I have that not in my lifetime, but I had fun solving them. So on these, you're not only solving the puzzle, you're learning how to do the VR stuff and getting ideas how to make your own.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And before we adjourn for the night, too, I do want to tell people on this Thursday, we have a very special Geocache Talk episode. We're doing a watch party treasure movie night with director Chris Williamson. Jesse, I think, says he's going to do it Mystery Science Theater 3K style, MST 3 style. I get the sense where Jesse may play the part of Tom Servo, I think, or the role of that. But yeah, so that's on this Thursday. On this Sunday, we're going to have Doug McRae on the show talking about journeys and Cache Odyssey. So Doug's awesome. If people don't know Doug, he created Miss Pac-Man. He's an avid geocacher, and he's got some incredible stories about his journeys. I know Doug stopped by and visited with me almost like a month or so ago, and it was just awesome hearing some of his incredible stories.
I love that he shares his stories because the person that mentored me when I started, she went to a lot of cool places and didn't want to tell people about it because it's bragging. And I'm like, well, no, not if you tell it right. It's just
Right.
You're letting us live vicariously through you. You're going places most of us may not be able to go, and so
Absolutely.
tell us your story.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you go to Woodstock. When you go at lunchtime, sit with somebody you don't know and hear somebody else's stories.
Yeah.
Don't sit with people you already know and you've heard their stories 15 times. Sit with somebody new that you haven't heard their story. Maybe a version of something you've already heard, but so what? Other people's stories are cool. Especially
Absolutely.
kids. Kids will get you excited to go caching again.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And then on May 13th, too, just to keep people in the loop, we're going to have a challenge talk episode. They're going to be doing the Cache Fest 2025 challenges kickoff on that one, too. So a lot of cool shows coming up for sure. But thank you guys for joining us tonight. And like I said, any questions on VR caches, just reach out, let us know. And we can't wait to see everybody's VR caches. So thank you for joining us, everybody.
And hopefully Charles will be back.
I hope so. Yeah, I missed the guy. But yeah, take care, everybody. Have a good night.
All right. Bye.